And we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. And it's coming up next.
Just about 8 miles inland from the warm waters of the Atlantic, we are inside Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
Here's Harrison Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go from South Florida. Williams now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They'll be let out, Greg, by their rookie quarterback.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out, they face 3rd and a yard. In motion comes Beckham. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he's going to have enough for the first down. They'll mark him up at the 39-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Man in motion is Brown. He'll get this out wide. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Up the middle they go. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Third and 6. Hill brought in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep for KC, Xavier Worthy. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls, 3 and 4 years, it's not so much, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL now? It's, is he entering the conversation as being one of the best quarterbacks of all time? I certainly am one of those people that believe that's the case. He has a chance through the rest of his career, now not even being 30 years old, to accomplish a lot of things that are unheard of at the NFL level.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. To the outside, a catch made by Moore. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That one knocked away and incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. It's 2nd down.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
That one into the hands of Moore downfield. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right back to the air for Mahomes. That's caught. Travis Kelce. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. First down, KC.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Mahomes now to throw again. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that 2nd down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll try to run for it. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter.
This one caught at the 4. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Here's Pacheco. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. We'll start the drive on the ground, and here comes a reverse. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit because that one went nowhere.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. He'll get that into the hands of Tyreek Hill. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That is caught right side by Beckham. Give him 14 on that one. 1st down, Miami.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. George Karlaftis there to make the play. Third down and 9. Back to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground.
The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on 3rd down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give him credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the 1st down.
Here's Jake Bailey now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Chiefs offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They put Kelsey in motion. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Oh, a loose football. And the defense has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They put Kelsey in motion. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So after 1, 7-0 is our score. And we're back to South Florida after this. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Play action here. Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough, and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Off the play fake. Mahomes. He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down. A gain of 11 there, and a 1st down.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
They put Kelsey in motion. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Throwing again, it's Mahomes. A dive and a catch. Incredible. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Doesn't it seem like that every time we see a highlight reel catch, they love showing the wide receivers and the running backs, but let's give a little love to the big tight end. I mean, what an athletic play. Understanding that ball was down and away, you've got to lay out to secure it, and not only is he able to get his hands under it and catch it initially, but he's able to survive the ground, and that's a big-time play. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On second down, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would class...
And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. His second touchdown of this first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Butker now for the point after. He's got it. And the Chiefs move out on top, 14-0. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here's Williams on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And 3rd down coming up.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
And they will finally run him down up near midfield.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
1st and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he will score. Jonnu Smith, touchdown Dolphins. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry, what an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Dolphins are on the board. It's now 14-7. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. To throw is Mahomes. That's taken in by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And he's going to bring this one close to a first down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They put Kelsey in motion. Open man, right side. He's got it. He's still on his feet. Trying to get to that pylon. Not there, but very close. They'll mark him out at the 1. A big pickup there for the Chiefs. Pickup of 46 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Now, Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
They'll run with Pacheco, and he will score again. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. And Butker on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will take a 21-7 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. On the return, it's Williams. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. Quick throw here is complete. And that's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. That's taken in by Achane. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
I like the play call there. 2nd, relatively short. Give your quarterback an opportunity to push this ball downfield, but realize this quickly. Nothing development. Get the ball down to your back. Pick up a new set of downs.
They'll motion the tight end, Smith. They'll go with a counter on 1st down. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. Second down and 8. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. A quick throw here, taken by Odell. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he puts his head down and he picks up the 1st down. Hill brought in motion. Now a handoff running right. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line. 2 minutes remain here in this 1st half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. Now, faking the give. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. On first down, it's Mahomes. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Mahomes back. He connects with Gray on that one.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
2nd and 7. Mahomes now to throw again. That's caught by Edwards-Helaire. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right back to the air for Mahomes. Now he'll run it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. So we reach halftime, and the visitors, the Chiefs, out on top. As we head north to Orlando, we're going to join the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We got a strong first half out of the running back, Isaiah Pacheco. He was running with a purpose as he found the end zone 3 times in that first half. And that opposing defense had better come up with a scheme for slowing him down.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. A safe kick taken at the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense and their running back Isaiah Pacheco head out for the next drive. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. First down throw, Mahomes. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. Mahomes now to throw on second. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Brooks.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
The Dolphins offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Odell Beckham Jr. there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
This is all about sensing the pressure. You can see him keeping his eyes downfield as long as he can. But ultimately, he decides, I got to tuck this ball and become a runner. He's able to avoid the sack, pick up some positive yards.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Oh, how good was that? Out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 2. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Once again, it's Pacheco. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Now a handoff, the tight end in the running game. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On 4th down, it's Matt Ariza to punt for KC. Braxton Berrios deep to return. Accelerating toward midfield. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Dolphins offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get this one out to his fullback. You try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front, and they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job defensively. They were all over that from the jump. Initially, I thought he was going to break away and pick up something positive, but at the end of it all, he ended up going backwards.
Back to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Looking middle, he's got Kelsey. A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Sky Moore, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Well, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Right back to Kelsey again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On the ground, Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
On comes the Chiefs punter, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. He'll get this out wide. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. On play action, he'll set up to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away, as he's standing right around his own goal line. This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Second down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now on 2nd down. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. They get 21 on that one. And the Chiefs have a 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Gray is the motion man here. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. To the goal line and in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Butker now to add the PAT. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Nice job by the defense there. Took away all the options downfield, and quarterback realized pretty quickly, I got no choice but to check this down, and results in no gain.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. He'll look to throw. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
They'll look to throw again. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's got his man. It's Hill. And he's into the end zone. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Miami. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins are able to edge a bit closer. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Pacheco.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A handoff to Pacheco. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Here's 3rd and 7. To throw is Mahomes. That's complete. Who else? It's Kelsey. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. Mahomes. He pulls it in around the 5.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback, but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
The ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. And now it's 3rd and goal.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Play 7 of the drive coming up, and it's 3rd and goal. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
On 4th down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Chiefs will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Now, faking the give. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Man in motion is Brown. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is caught. What a throw. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around. but it falls incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
This a must-stop for this defense, facing 3rd and long. That's complete to Rice. They needed 15, and that's exactly what they got. It is a first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. A give here to Pacheco. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Rice. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Pacheco. And that'll be a pickup of 3. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They'll run with Pacheco. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Gray is the motion man here. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. That's catch 3 just on this drive. and it gets his team a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
So, it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one.